this topic comes up, every fall. I put up a post about it saying, and I quoted a guy who ended up saying, it's only fitting that in fall the leaves start to change, the air gets a little bit the air gets a little bit chillier, and news of Josh Gordon being reinstated comes out. And my God, this man has 1 million freaking chances. Like, I can't get over it. Josh Gordon, then when I saw him get the news of him getting reinstated again, I'm just like, you can't be serious. Now, trust me, I'm a big Josh Gordon supporter. I think that, what he's gone through, and, I believe his personal struggles, I think that he has struggled with, with substances beyond marijuana and beyond, different things like that. I've heard of the struggles that he's gone through. So I feel for him greatly. But the fact that he's gotten this many chances is crazy.
I mean, I only saw it quick. I've been busy since it came out. So I haven't really had time to dive too deep into it. But I have to agree, he's gotten too many chances. You know how they say life only gives you so many chances? This man is the definition of life gives you, only gives you so many chances. And he keeps taking them all for granted. So I guess, now only time will tell, is he actually going to use this chance to do something, or are we just going to be back where we were when he got banned from the league the first time?
Yeah, I mean, I know you weren't given a lot of time to digest the news of him coming back, but I feel like, just hearing so many reports of, oh, Josh Gordon's been reinstated, Josh Gordon's been reinstated. I think you were just ready for a response with it regardless, just because it's happened so many times at this point. And, frankly, I wouldn't mind Josh Gordon coming back to the league. But, I think for his personal sake now, whenever he's out of the league, I don't know what it is, he manages to get clean very easily. He'll like, as soon as like he's out of the league, he has like, I don't know his personal struggles, but it seems like when he's out of the league, he's able to get clean and he doesn't have a ton of problems when he's there. It's for some reason when he comes back to football, I think his tenure with the Patriots was, the longest that you didn't really hear a lot of Josh Gordon, substance abuse stories. It was surprisingly long, the amount of time that it was with Josh Gordon. So, I mean, you hear all these stories and it's like, what can this guy do at this point? Like, I don't know. Like, I almost think that at this point, it might be better for him to be out of football because he seems to have his substance issues under control. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily the case, but, from an outsider's perspective, that's what I can see.
It's time for him to toss in the towel and quit the dream of football. I mean, and they always say football can be a lot on people, especially professionally. I mean, I know all the time here they talk about how collegiate sports can stress you out and can mentally, screw around with you. So I can't even imagine at the professional level, just
Oh, I
your
can't.
life is literally football all day, every day. And for some guys, I guess they look to drugs to help them forget that. But if this is a reoccurring pattern, which it has been, at some point you just got to toss in the towel yourself and say, I can't handle football in my life. It's too much for me to handle. Clearly, we've all seen it's too much. It leads him down a road that nobody should ever go down.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's time for him to just hang up the towel and walk away.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say for him it should definitely be on the table. I mean, he seems to be very excited about coming back again. I mean, as he does all the time, it seems that, as soon as he's given the chance, he's always psyched to come back. But something just seems to go wrong for this guy, and I really, really do feel for him. I want to stress that I do feel for him, as a person, and as a player. When Josh Gordon was in the league and performing and not having to deal with all these issues, he's an electrifying player. He's an amazing guy to, when he was on the field, even when he came back with the Patriots and definitely wasn't in his prime, he was a solid target for us, so the thing I have to ask you is, if, as a Dolphins fan or even as a Patriots fan or just any team in general that, needs some wide receiver help, is this a guy you take a flyer on? Cause, he's kind of a high risk, high reward kind of guy, pretty much. If Josh Gordon, you get him at his best, he's a very nice, deep threat receiver, can provide a lot of explosiveness, but, you have to, at least factor in the idea that, with any week, he could, be off your team for, the rest of the season, at least. Like, if you're the Dolphins, would you want your team to take a flyer on this guy?
Absolutely not.
Really?
Here's the thing. I like I was saying earlier when we were talking about Cam Newton. I
Yeah.
rather have an average player who doesn't cause drama, who I know is going to be there all 17 weeks, granted, unless they get hurt, than have someone who's lights out, but next week could go off the deep end.
Mhm.
And I know that's for a lot of people, again, no matter what level of football it is. They will take an average player who has their head on straight than somebody who's really, really good, but could blow it all within a day.
Yeah. I think for me, I would probably say if I'm the Patriots and you have Mac Jones, obviously they spent a lot of money in free agency on offensive weapons, and I'm so grateful for that. Like $200 million on guys like Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, Kendrick Bourne, Nelson Aguilar. It's a very nice defensive haul, and you pair that with guys like N'Keal Harry, Jacoby Myers. It's a great offense that we're starting to build there, and I think it'll be a great core when they all gel together. But you know, the one thing I guess you could say about Josh Gordon and his time in New England is that, besides, when he first came into the league and had that amazing season with the Cleveland Browns, his time in New England was the longest time he was able to, stay clean from what a lot of people understand. So if I'm the Patriots, I would, I'd at least have some interest in it. I know that you'd probably stay off of it, but my hope would be that Bill Belichick could, somehow keep him right. I don't really think that it's in the best interest of Josh to come back, but if he does, I'd have to say the Pats would be his best bet, just on the fact that I think Bill runs a very tight ship over there, and he'd be able to I hope keep him under control.
I mean, it's just a cycle, and fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So if it happened once,
Fool me 7 times at this
yeah,
point. Like,
yeah. So like it happened once, okay, whatever. Nobody knew, but now all these teams that have taken chances on him, it's like, come on, it's happened 6 times, 7 times. How many more times do you have to see it for you to realize this guy is not worth having on your team?
yeah,
That's how I see it.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess in my sake, like you have Tua, and you just got a first round wide receiver in Jalen Waddle. That guy looks like he's going to be really special. So you do have some solid options over there at receiver. You have Mike Gesicki too at tight end, along with some great other options. I think just for me right now, having a rookie quarterback, I think I just want that security blanket. That's just me personally, but